Hi, welcome to Peace Donkeys. Today I'm going to show you how to make cotton reins like these ones, just with cotton yarn and a wrapped paracord end. So I'll go ahead and show you how to make these reins. Thanks for watching and please subscribe. Okay, so I constantly get people asking me how long were my reins. So to answer that question, it doesn't really matter how long my reins were, because if you're making reins for a Shetland pony, you're not going to make them as long as you'll make them for a 17-hand thoroughbred, for example. So asking me how long my reins were has no relevance to you whatsoever. The other question, which is relevant, is how much cord do I start with? Okay, so what I do is I make up just a really short section, just so I can work out how much I used at the start. So I cut off 2 feet of cord, or 60 centimetres of cord, and then I plaited it up to see how long of a section it would make. So my 60 centimetres, or my 2 feet, actually made roughly 7 inches or 18 centimetres of reins. Okay, so then you'll multiply that by however long you want your reins to be. Okay, so if you measure the reins you're already using, that's probably a good guide so that you know how long you want your reins to be. Okay, so I'm just going to show you on this short section. Okay, so I've got 10 strands. Okay, I've got 10 strands of this wool, okay, and that's 2 feet long. So then those 10 strands that are 2 feet long go through your clip. Okay, and you need 3 lots of those. So 10, 20, 30, because you're going to have 3 strands to make your plait or your braid. Okay, so I hope that's really clear. So then that's going to go through your clip. I'll just bring it over here. It's going to go through your clip, and you'll pull it through to the halfway point. Okay, so that's 1 strand, 2 strands, 3 strands. Okay, so I'm just going to put my clip on to something to hold it while I do the braid. Okay, so strand 1, strand 2, strand 3. Okay, so this is just a really simple braid. So the right strand goes over the centre, and then the left strand goes over the centre. Okay, just make them flat. Right strand goes over the centre, left strand goes over the centre. Right strand over the centre, left strand over the centre, right strand over the middle, left strand to the middle, right strand to the middle, left strand to the middle. Okay, so pretty much it's a very, very easy braid. And you can do it as tight or as loose as you want it to be. Okay, now what I'm going to do, now that I've kind of got as far as I can go with that, I'm just going to get a hair elastic and tie that onto there. that'll just hold that in place. While you finish off your ends. Okay, so you can see you're going to need a lot of yarn to make just one rein. You may even need, this is just one full ball, so you're probably going to need 2 balls of wool to make 2 reins. Okay, so to finish off my reins, I'm just going to wrap them with paracord. So I'm just going to use a bit of black 550 paracord. But before I do that, I'm just going to use a little bit of cotton just to help hold them in place first, because the ends keep coming undone pretty easily. So I'm just going to fold this over to about there, a couple of inches, and then I'm just going to get a piece of cotton and just very loosely wrap to keep the ends down while I'm wrapping with the cord, because you can see how they're all sticking out. That's quite tricky to cover. So if I just get a bit of cotton and just try to get those ends to sit down before I start wrapping with the paracord. Okay, so that's pretty much should be enough to hold them in place for now. Okay, so to wrap it with your cord, you just stick one end a little bit further down than where you want to start. Okay, make a loop up this end. Okay, and then you start wrapping. So you just take this part of the cord and wrap it round. And around, and just keep working your way up. Okay, so just wrap beside the previous loop, just as close as you can. Until you've covered as much of your reins as you want to cover. Okay, and then you'll put the end of your cord through that loop. And then this end here, we'll pull that loop tight. And then you should be able to pull that strand underneath. You need to pull that fairly tight. Okay, and so your cord, your end now is just about covered up by the other strands. So I'll just see if I can get the rest of that through. Okay, and you might just want to snip off those little bits if you've got some, or if you can just wiggle that up a bit more until it's fully underneath. Okay, so that's pretty much fully underneath there now. Okay, and I'll cut this off here, and again that strand's covered up by these, so you just pretty much cut that off now. Okay, and just see if you can wiggle that underneath. Alright, so there, that's your reins wrapped. If you want, you can just persevere a bit more just to cover up those strands that might have poked through. Okay, just keep working that through until you're happy with the coverage of it.